When Microsoft announced that some of its games were going multi-platform, social media was abuzz with rumours that we would be joined by the likes of Sea of Thieves and Hi-Fi Rush, whipping Switch gamers into a frenzy. When the final reveal came to be, it was settled that Switch owners would receive Grounded and Pentiment, dampening a little bit of that hype and excitement. But now that Pentiment is here, I'm glad it's come to the Switch despite having almost zero excitement and hype to play it. What's it like? Sharpen your quill, get your reading glasses, and open your parchment as we review Pentiment for the Nintendo Switch. Before we start writing this tale, would you mind liking and subscribing? It's the best way creators like me get found on YouTube, and I can't thank you enough for doing so. Also, due to the nature of this game, this will be a relatively spoiler-free review, revealing only the story of Act 1, with only a small section of Act 2 shown and nothing of Act 3. Pentiment delicately weaves a tale of Andreas, an artist working in the scriptorium of an abbey in a small Bavarian village called Tassing. Throughout the opening act, there is a murder, and Andreas is tasked to solve this murder in order to exonerate a monk and save him from death. Pentiment is set in the 1500s at a crucial time when the church is facing a time of change, and its strangling grip is slowly being loosened by the whispers of revolution. You must carefully navigate religious themes of faith and dedication to the church, whilst investigating the murder and dealing with people who have wavering faith in a time of corruption and greed. It also tells a story of impending change for both the church and townsfolk, with some desperately clinging to tradition, while others rebel against it. The world of Pentiment is one that can be influenced by your choices and actions, but not changed by them, and it does an excellent job in the narrative in doing so. The gameplay works similar to a point-and-click adventure as you walk around the world of Pentiment, talking to people to help paint a picture of not only the murder but the world around you. You can select some details about your education and interests that help shape your playthrough, like studying medicine or the occult, which opens up new options to problem solving and dialogue. There is no voice-acted dialogue in the game, instead it is full of very clever and well thought out mechanics, such as characters' fonts reflecting their level of education, sometimes even changing when further information is revealed, correcting Andreas's assumptions of them. The game plays as if it's being written in real time, often with spelling mistakes that are corrected on the fly. You will make choices that will impact how characters react or help you. Do you stick to your convictions, or pander them to get more information? You will make plenty of mistakes, and if you will it, some very poor choices that will impact those around you. There's also some mini-games and puzzle-solving aspects to the game as well. The nature of the game follows a daily routine that moves forward with the actions you take. You won't be able to follow all the leads in your investigation, forcing you to use your intuition to chase those that you feel are the most important. It's not frustrating in the slightest though, as I encourage you, the player, to not be afraid to make mistakes. There are times when I wanted to reload my save, only to fight the urge to play it out and save that knowledge for my next playthrough. The game's expertly written characters play at your emotions, sometimes manipulating you to cloud your judgment at times. But also, you feel guilty for their situations. At the conclusion of Act 1, I took the time to step away, wondering if I had done the right thing in condemning a man to death. Pentiment's choices don't boil down to a simplistic right or wrong, and the lack of clarity adds emotional weight to all of the actions you take, as sometimes you will never know whether you've made the right one. Graphically, the game honours the period's art style with beautifully painted scenes and wonderful scripts. There are times where it may look almost too simple, but when you are immersed in the story, it does a wonderful job of using its art style to its advantage. Characters are beautifully drawn and change expression alongside the written word, which is sometimes scrawled or bolded, spilling ink to convey emotions. There are also small touches that you don't even think of, like when dining with people, the size of the meals afforded to you may shed light on the family's situation. The world is full of these minor details that are easily missed the first time around. But as a bonus, you can pet almost any of the animals you come across. For my vision impaired artists, there are plenty of accessibility options to help you enjoy the world of Pentiment. You can select easy to read fonts instead of the various scripts. increased your text size, increased the heads of the characters during dialogue modes, switch to a high contrast mode, and select photosensitivity modes for a better experience. I was blown away by the accessibility options because, despite being published by Obsidian Entertainment, Pentiment was a rather small passion project led by Fallout New Vegas' Josh Sawyer, whose meticulous research and passion for the period shine through in this game. All of this is backed by a stellar ambient sound design and a haunting score that further invests you in the story. With all this high praise also comes the caveat that Pentiment might not be for you if you don't enjoy text or story-heavy games. There are no action sequences or combat, and it's very similar to the sublime Disco Elysium, offering a deeper narrative over action-heavy sequences. I also don't consider myself to be an intellectual, so I know that a lot of the nuances about the period were lost on me, yet I still cannot wait to play through again, knowing what I know now to experience a different story for Andreas and the people of Tasling. My first playthrough took about 20 hours to complete, but that could be sped up with instant text options and a little less exploring. But you do miss out on some of the little details of the dialogue when you do that. For 30 Australian dollars, 20 US dollars, or £15 in the UK, there's a lot of gameplay with multiple playthroughs encouraged. Pentiment isn't for everyone. Those players who do dive in will find themselves swept away in a complex narrative that marches forward whether you make the right choices or not. It's a gripping mystery with an expertly written ensemble of characters who welcome you to their homes and their hearts. Pentiment's choices will weigh on your mind long after the credits roll, and it's that weight that will make you want to dive right back in to right the wrongs, if you can. Its gorgeous visuals and genre-breaking style, coupled with its bevy of accessibility options, mean Pentiment is an experience that can be enjoyed by everyone looking for something with a bit of substance. Josh Sawyer and his team have created a work of art with Pentiment, but as art is subjective, it may not be appreciated by all, and that's okay. One thing it certainly does do is deserve recognition for being the masterpiece it is in both story and design. So, what's it like? Pentiment is like a cross between Disco Elysium and LA Noire. I award it a 96 out of 100. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Because of amazing people like you, What's It Like is now my full-time job. I also do want to do a special shout out to my Patreons, S Hill, K Skip, and D Kite. I couldn't have done it without your support. Thank you.